Welcome to problem number 11 for Mac 1140 Exam 2. In this problem, they go ahead and they just give you an inequality to solve, but the inequality actually contains an absolute value function. So when we go ahead and solve for absolute value functions, basically you want to get the absolute value part onto one side of the inequality and everything else on the other side. So I'd just go ahead and add this over here and subtract the 1 over here. So that would leave you with 2 is less than absolute value of x plus 1. Now, as soon as you're in this format, you can go ahead and break the inequality up into two different problems. Because the absolute value, depending on what x is, it could be overall positive or overall negative. So you can go ahead and split this up into two problems, the positive version and the negative version, and solve them separately, and then those will be your two different solutions. So if we go ahead and break this up into the positive half and break this up into the negative half, you just go ahead and copy down the 2 and less than sign. That stays the same. And then this is just going to be an x plus 1 now, because you're keeping it positive. On the negative route, you go ahead and you keep the 2 and the less than sign the same, but now instead of being just parentheses x plus 1, it's going to be negative parentheses x plus 1. And then you could go ahead and solve it out like normal. So here you just go ahead and subtract the 1 over, so you get 1 is less than x, and then you're done. And over here, you could go ahead and divide the negative, but by dividing the negative, you have to flip the sign, because if you ever multiply or divide by a negative, it changes the sign. So you can say this is actually negative 2 greater than x plus 1, and then you want to subtract the 1 over. So that's going to give you a negative 3 is greater than x. Okay, so now we have to go ahead and basically bring these solutions together, find the intersection of the two. So if you go ahead and draw a number line, you can see that we place 1 here, and we say that x has to be larger than 1, so it must be all of this. Then you have the negative 3, which takes place over here, and you said that x had to be less than negative 3. So that means that it must be all this region. So then your final answer, the solution to this, would just be negative infinity to negative 3, and then you want to go ahead and put a parenthesis here because there's no equal sign on it, then union 1 to positive infinity, and you never put brackets on infinities. So then this would be your final answer.